Hi everyone, welcome back to Bible in a Year. My name is Natalie and today we're on day 166. I'm so happy that you're here today and I hope that your day is going great. We are going to be reading out of Deuteronomy chapter 28, but only verses 1 through 44 today. And then Isaiah chapter 51, 1Corinthians chapter 10, but only verses 1 through 13. And then we'll close out the day with Psalm 95. So let's get started with Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to take a little sip of tea. I've been taking some, what is it called, like an antihistamine for allergies. It's made my mouth so dry. It's like I had a spoonful of peanut butter. So sorry about that, but such is life on this day. So here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 28. It shall happen, if you shall listen diligently to Yahweh your God's voice, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command you today, that Yahweh your God will set you high above all the nations of the earth. All these blessings will come upon you and overtake you, if you listen to Yahweh your God's voice. You shall be blessed in the city, and you shall be blessed in the field. You shall be blessed in the fruit of your body, the fruit of your ground, the fruit of your animals, the increase of your livestock, and the young of your flock. Your basket and your kneading trough shall be blessed. You shall be blessed when you come in, and you shall be blessed when you go out. Yahweh will curse your enemies who rise up against you to be struck before you. They will come out against you one way and will flee before you 7 ways. Yahweh will command the blessing on your barns, and in that you put your hand to. He will bless you in the land which Yahweh your God gives you. Yahweh will establish you for a holy people to himself, as he has sworn to you, if you shall keep the commandments of Yahweh your God and walk in his ways. All the peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by Yahweh's name, and they will be afraid of you. Yahweh will grant you abundant prosperity in the fruit of your body, in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground, in the land which Yahweh swore to your fathers to give you. Yahweh will open to you his good treasure in the sky, to give the rain of your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. You will lend to many nations, and you will not borrow. Yahweh will make you the head and not the tail. You will be above only, and you will not be beneath. If you listen to the commandments of Yahweh your God, which I command you today, to observe and to do, and shall not turn away from any of the words which I command you today, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if you will not listen to Yahweh your God's voice, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command you today, that all these curses will come on you and overtake you. You will be cursed in the city, and you will be cursed in the field. Your basket and your kneading trough will be cursed. The fruit of your body, the fruit of your ground, the increase of your livestock, and the young of your flock will be cursed. You will be cursed when you come in, and you will be cursed when you go out. Yahweh will send on you cursing, confusion, and rebuke in all that you put your hand to, until you are destroyed and until you perish quickly because of the evil of your doings, by which you have forsaken me. Yahweh will make the pestilence cling to you, until he has consumed you from off the land where you go in to possess it. Yahweh will strike you with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, with fiery heat, with the sword, with blight, and with mildew. They will pursue you until you perish. Your sky that is over your head will be bronze, and the earth that is under you will be iron. Yahweh will make the rain of your land powder and dust. It will come down on you from the sky until you are destroyed. Yahweh will cause you to be struck before your enemies, and you will go out one way against them, and will flee 7 ways before them. You will be tossed back and forth among all the kingdoms of the earth. Your dead bodies will be food to all the birds of the sky and to the animals of the earth, and there will be no one to frighten them away. Yahweh will strike you with the boils of Egypt, with the tumors, with the scurvy, and with the itch of which you cannot be healed. Yahweh will strike you with madness, with blindness, and with astonishment of heart. You will grope at noonday as the blind gropes in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways. You will only be oppressed and robbed always, and there will be no one to save you. You will betroth your wife, and another man shall lie with her. You will build a house, and you won't dwell in it. You will plant a vineyard, and not use its fruit. Your ox will be slain before your eyes, and you will not eat any of it. Your donkey will be violently taken away from before your face, and will not be restored to you. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and you will have no one to save you. Your sons and your daughters will be given to another people. Your eyes will look and fail without longing for them all day long. There will be no power in your hand. A nation which you don't know will eat the fruit of your ground and all of your work. You will only be oppressed and crushed always, so that the sights that you see with your eyes will drive you mad. Yahweh will strike you in the knees and in the legs with a sore boil, of which you cannot be healed, from the sole of your foot to the crown of your head. Yahweh will bring you and your king, whom you will set over yourselves, to a nation that you have not known, you nor your fathers. There you will serve other gods of wood and stone. You will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the peoples where Yahweh will lead you away. You will carry much seed out into the field, and will gather little in, for the locusts will consume it. You will plant vineyards and dress them, but you will neither drink of the wine nor harvest, because worms will eat them. You will have olive trees throughout all your borders, but you won't anoint yourself with the oil, for your olives will drop off. You will father sons and daughters, but they will not be yours, for they will go into captivity. Locusts will consume all of your trees and the fruit of your ground. The foreigner who is among you will mount up above you higher and higher, and you will come down lower and lower. He will lend to you, and you won't lend to him. He will be the head, and you will be the tail. Man, when you put it that way, obey the Lord, don't obey the Lord. Obey the Lord, don't obey the Lord. I think it sounds better to obey. All right, Isaiah chapter 51. Listen to me, you who follow after righteousness, and you who seek Yahweh. Look to the rock you were cut from, and to the quarry you were dug from. Look to Abraham your father, and to Sarah who bore you. For when he was but one, I called him. I blessed him, and made him many. For Yahweh has comforted Zion. He has comforted all her waste places, and has made her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Joy and gladness will be found in them, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Listen to me, my people, and hear me, my nation, for a law will go out from me, and I will establish my justice for a light to the peoples. My righteousness is near. My salvation has gone out, and my arms will judge the peoples. The islands will wait for me, and they will trust my arm. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look at the earth beneath, for the heavens will vanish away like smoke, and the earth will wear out like a garment. Its inhabitants will die in the same way. But my salvation will be forever, and my righteousness will not be abolished. Listen to me, you who know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Don't fear the reproach of men, and don't be dismayed at their insults, for the moth will eat them up like a garment, and the worm will eat them like wool. But my righteousness will be forever, and my salvation to all generations. Awake, awake, put on strength, arm of Yahweh. Awake as in the days of old, the generations of ancient times. Isn't it you who cut Rahab in pieces, who pierced the monster? Isn't it you who dried up the seas, the waters of the great deep, who made the depths of the sea a way for the redeemed to pass over? Those ransomed by Yahweh will return and come with singing to Zion. Everlasting joy shall be on their heads. They will obtain gladness and joy. Sorrow and sighing shall flee away. I, even I, am he who confronts you. I, even I, am he who comforts you. Who are you that you are afraid of man who shall die, and of the Son of Man who will be made as grass? Have you forgotten Yahweh your Maker, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth? Do you live in fear continually all day because of the fury of the oppressor when he prepares to destroy? Where is the fury of the oppressor? The captive exile will speedily be freed. He will not die and go down into the pit. His bread won't fail. For I am Yahweh your God, who stirs up the sea so that its waves roar. Yahweh of armies is his name. I have put my words in your mouth, and have covered you in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and tell Zion, you are my people. Awake, awake, stand up, Jerusalem, you who have drunk from Yahweh's hand the cup of his wrath. You have drunken the bowl of the cup of staggering and drained it. There is no one to guide her among all the sons to whom she has given birth, and there is no one who takes her up by the hand among all the sons whom she has brought up. These two things have happened to you. Who will grieve with you? Desolation and destruction, and famine and the sword. How can I comfort you? Your sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, like an antelope in a net. They are full of Yahweh's wrath, the rebuke of your God. Therefore now hear this, you afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Your Lord Yahweh, your God, who pleads the cause of his people, says, Behold, I have taken out of your hand the cup of staggering, even the bowl of the cup of my wrath. You will not drink it any more. I will put it into the hand of those who afflict you, who have said to your soul, Bow down, that we may walk over you. And you have laid your back as the ground, like a street to those who walk over. You will not drink it anymore. Oh, I love that. All right, 1Corinthians chapter 10, verses 1 through 13. It See what Paul has to say. Now, I would not have you ignorant, brothers, that our fathers were all under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and all ate the same spiritual food, and all drank the same spiritual drink. For they drank of a spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Christ. However, with most of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Don't be idolaters, as some of them were. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Let's not commit sexual immorality, as some of them committed, and in one day 23,000 fell. Let's not test Christ, as some of them tested, and perished by the serpents. Don't grumble, as some of them also grumbled, and perished by the destroyer. Now all these things happened to them by way of example, and they were written for our admonition. Admonition. You know what I mean, right? Admonition. On whom the ends of the ages have come. Therefore, let him who thinks he stands be careful that he doesn't fall. No temptation has taken you except what is common to man. God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted above what you are able, but will with the temptation also make the way of escape, that you may be able to endure it. Yes. So we might be tempted with many, many things, but the Lord always has a way of escape. There's the pull of temptation, but there's also the pull of escape that the Lord will give us. And we have to be strong enough to follow that way that the Lord gives us to get out of it. All right, Psalm chapter 95. Here we go. Oh, come, let's sing to Yahweh. Let's shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let's come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let's extol him with songs. For Yahweh is a great God, a great King above all gods. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The heights of the mountains are also his. The sea is his, and he made it. His hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let's worship and bow down. Let's kneel before Yahweh our Maker, for he is our God. We are the people of his pasture and the sheep in his care. Today, oh, that you would hear his voice. Don't harden your heart as at Meribah, as in the day of Massah in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, tested me, and saw my work. 40 long years I was grieved with that generation, and said, they are a people who err in the heart. They have not known my ways. Therefore I swore in my wrath, they won't enter into my rest. I don't know, folks. I kind of like the beginning of that better. Oh, sometimes how these chapters, they start out so just full of worship, and then right turn into, oh yeah, lots of sin. Okay. Oh, folks, thank you for stopping by today. I am truly so happy that you're here. I just love reading to you. I hope that you're finding these words encouraging. Maybe you're in a place where you just don't have words, where your spirit is just a little bit buried. I hope that there are words coming out of the Bible, because these prayers can be used again. It's not like a situation, well, David said this prayer or Paul said this prayer, so I can't have it. No, 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 no. They are for us when we don't have the words to pray. So I hope you're finding comfort or guidance or whatever it might be that you're crossing on this channel. I am so glad that you're here. Please come on back for tomorrow, which is going to be day 167. I will see you then. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.